the waves fast enough before the wave kills his defensive wave, which is very, very sad. And he actually has to back up. That's going to be some extra damage on the inhib, and he might lose his inhib. Yes, he is, because it's going to take a significant amount of damage, and Ryzebot's actually come to defend it. There's another wave to start doing damage to the inhib. The inhib's taken it's below 1800, so it's taken 1200 damage, and he's going to kill off this creep wave because just how much more powerful his creeps are. But the top inhib is taking a significant amount of damage from an entire creep wave in Ryzebot, and the inhib goes down, which means there's 2 super creeps. Alistarbot isn't going to pull them into the fountain, which means a lot of damage to that tower. That is, wow, it's down 500, it's almost down to 550, it's down to 400, it's down to 290, but if he pops his ult and uses his AoE, he'll have enough creeps to start destroying the wave and then start killing the tower. But he has enough creeps inside the base to actually kill off this creep wave that I can see, and that means he's going to be able to push the bot and inhib, but Ryzebot takes a little damage from the tower and then starts pushing back again. But maybe he gets some damage off from this tower, which is now up to 400 health, but it doesn't matter because there's a large amount of damage going to the bottom inhib. It's down to 1000 health, that's 1/3, and it's down to 800, it's down to 700, it's down to 600, it's almost down to 500. This is going to be done because it's not even another creep wave coming, and the bottom inhib is down to a free creep wave, and that was a huge creep wave pushing, but it is in tower range. But even then, it's going to do a significant amount with an extra creep wave with super minions coming in through the base. And although Ryzebot went back to board by himself, Death Eye Grasp, and then get himself another Amplifying Tome, which I'm not entirely sure what he's going to buy with it, but we'll find out. It's just, he's got 2 inhibs down, and he's doing damage to the tower. That tower is now below 400 again. There's another creep wave coming. It's down to 200. It's down to 150. It's almost down to 100. It's below 150 again. There's a single mob which is doing damage to it. Not anymore, but Ryze is coming, but there's 2 more creep waves. The bottom one doesn't have a super creep yet, but even then, he's going to kill off this creep wave. And then he's going to kill that tower. It's almost at 200. And that's and I'm still getting noise from MSN. That's very annoying. But yeah, Ryzebot is actually waiting for his creep wave, but it doesn't matter. This is going to be an easy tower. And see, there's a super creep right here, just pushing. And if Alistarbot can push it into the spawn, that'd be quite good, but he's not going to. He's going to start attacking it, which allows it to do extra damage to his creep wave. Maybe not too much, but some. And Ryzebot actually comes to back up, and there are 2 super minions in bot, which there's a defensive wave, which will probably mean there'll be another 2 super minions. Yes, because each wave spawns 2 super minions now because of the both of the inhibs being down, which is fantastic. This is such an advantage. This is going to be over before the 50-minute mark. In fact, I'm pretty sure none of our games have gone past the 50-minute mark so far. I think the only one that did was Ryze vs Yi, which is unfortunately there was no videos for. And the tower goes down, which means there's nothing to defend himself. That is wow, actually it really does increase the range of Hawkshot as you get the high levels in it. And Ryzebot blue pills, but it doesn't matter. These creeps can just do so much. He's already doing damage to the Nexus, not too much, but he'll start doing some damage with 6. There is 6 super minions. Now there's 8. Wow, and he doesn't even pull them in correctly to kill them. And don't defend the wave. That's so much damage, and the inhib is down to 1500, 1000, it's taking so much, 500, and the inhib goes down. Alistarbot loses so convincingly. Ryze destroys Alistarbot. I lost a bet, and that's what everyone was expecting. Now it's going to be Ryzebot against Civi in the finals, and it's going to be Nunibot against Alistarbot in the fighting for 3rd place, which is what we'll do next. Maybe today, but probably not. But what's your take on the game? What do you think that Alistarbot could have changed to really give him the advantage? Because as everyone knows, Ryze can do so much more pushing than Alistar. But what could Alistar do himself to kind of even it out, or maybe get an advantage?
Well, Ryze uses all his abilities except for his prison, but Alistar uses none except for the healing when he's in the fountain with me.
Yeah. So, if he used his abilities, do you think he would have actually had anything to push? Because Alistar, his abilities kind of revolve around teammate. Sure, he's got the stun, but he could heal himself, but I don't really see what he could do. Once Alistar got that little bit of extra armor, he was doing so little damage. So, is there anything you think he could have pulled out?
He couldn't have killed Ryze, but he could have pushed a lot more, I think.
I agree. He got close to doing a lot of damage to the early tower, and if he started using his abilities, he would do some damage. So, let's start talking about the extra games. Alistarbot versus Nunibot for 3rd place. Who you reckon's going to get it? I'm personally cheering for Nunibot, even though he's a bit of a rager, but go on. Everyone loves Nunibot. Do you think that Alistair has something against Nunibot? Because he doesn't use any abilities, and Nunibot does, so I think that already puts him at an advantage. However, Nunibot isn't the boldest when it comes to attacking towers, so do you reckon that's going to go towards Alistair's favour, or do you reckon Nunibot's spell is just going to overcome Alistair?
I think Alistair's lack of abilities is going to cause him another loss again, because Nunu's Ice Blast will rip him apart, and his ult.
Yes, now that I think about it, I find it very disappointing that Yebot actually took 5th place over Soraka-bot because, you know, Yebot would have controlled Alistarbot, but because it was Alistarbot versus Soraka-bot, and Soraka-bot is just such a weak competitor, I think that was just an easy 4th place for him. I'm saying that he's probably the 5th place, the person who should be in 5th place in this tournament, but unfortunately it's Yebot, who's a very, very favoured competitor, but he got stuck against Ryzebot. Maybe in the next tournament, when we have some better seedings, he'll do well, and maybe Yebot in the show match that we're going to have between Ryzebot after this tournament, he can pull out. And let's start commenting about the next game, which is going to be Ryzebot versus Sivir. How do you think that's going to go? I'm very because they both have great laning possibilities. Sivir has her auto attacks that do so much to creep waves. We saw at the end of her game versus Nunu, she was just destroying creep waves in seconds. How do you think that's going to go against Ryzebot, who can just destroy her?
I don't know, because Ryze doesn't use his prison at all, so Sivir could get away most of the time.
Yeah, she could.
She's smart.
However, I do believe that Ryze has got a lot better capability of doing hit and runs as compared to Sivir, because, well, he's got the abilities which he needs to pop, you know, cooldowns, whereas Sivir, most of her damage from her auto attack, which means she needs to sit there and attack. So I think it'll be a very interesting game, definitely exciting. I hope everyone watches, but that's the end of this game for today. And thank you for watching. We hope that we entertained you, and of course, subscribe if you're interested. You can always like, don't forget to comment, and of course, bump the thread if you know of the thread on League of Legends forum. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Afora, he's Cole Sob, so yeah, we'll catch you next game.